Hi guys, and welcome to this monthly Stalker of the week. No, the Stalker of the month. Yes, it must be Stalker of the month, which is the Sun. Right, quickly, if you do not know what Stalker of the month is, it's a collective reading I do on a particular energy that kept showing up in readings, and we are basing this one in the Sun energy based upon the monthly readings I did last week here for all the signs. So as it is a collective reading, it tends to show up a little bit more like an oracle message, I want to say. Take what resonate with you, leave behind the rest. And I can already... Right, let's just start by telling you what I get so far. When I was shuffling, I kept running into the Two of Cups. And I'm looking over here, and I have a deck that's a little bit flipped. And there we have the Two of Cups again. So this is interesting. It's almost as though it's related to a particular partner. Or just, just people here. It also showed up with the Three of Cups. And what was the other? But it was definitely lots of cups. And I also got these energy related to the Justice. Which is Justice and the Two of Cups. Well, to me that would probably talk about, the partnerships. What we see, what it is that we disown in ourselves, we see in other people for good and for worse, right? All right, let's just go into it. We're gonna look into see what the message is, how it may play out in your life, your strength, and what's to come, and all of that. And bear with me as I go along. I tend to dive into the energies. I say something completely sane. All right, let's start. We're using the tarot, and we have the oracles. And more tarot and more oracles. So let's just get into it. Do some shuffles here. Sun. For the collective. Show me the message here. Well, first and foremost, it's about having clarity. The Sun. It's about coming into that place where you have a connection with a part of your core, or just have a connection with basically the things that makes you smile, right? Is that a level of authenticity? And what is authenticity? Is just accepting yourself, basically, for good and for worse. And that can actually bring a lot of peace. And when you have that peace, you are happy. That's basically the message it came with. And also with it's about having clarity. It's about setting things out. Yeah. Putting it into structure, putting it into the open, so that you know where you want to go. This is interesting. So we have it with the underworld. So there's something here that has been hidden. It has to do with a connection, building that bridge into the future, feeling confident that you can do so without having to push anything forward in ways where you don't feel yourself in it, but also in ways where you don't feel as though you are, would you believe it? The Justice, where you are pushing other people as well. And then we have the fucking Two of Cups. I told you. I told you. Justice and the Two of Cups. I mean, I was just talking about it. Yeah, so this has to do with making a decision. We are dealing with two significant major arcanas. Soulmate energy. This is like the 7th house in terms of astrology, which is that partner, those traits of ourselves that we are disowning and placing it on to the perfect spouse or whatever that we are looking for. So when it comes to having clarity, it's a matter here of having full clarity about the people you choose in your life, in particular one person who you feel a passionate pull towards, but who you find it difficult to manifest sometimes, or communicate with at least, especially if it is that you have a little bit of a closed heart space here. Is it new? Is it old? Return? I don't know. It's up for you to determine that. This is just the message of it talking. The message is, how do you become aware of the traits within yourself that are significant to who you are, and that you want to be allowed to carry with you, and when you go into relationships, and also how do you project parts of yourself onto others. And with the underworld here, it's basically going into a nightmare state where it can be very uncomfortable to dive into oneself and look at that shit critically and take it up and say, all right, this is also part of me. may not be the prettiest, but it's palmy. So yeah, that's bringing that into the light. It's not always fun having to own our own shit, but we have to do it. And that also, when you accept who you are, as you are, you get a lot of peace, and that, yeah, brings in romance here. So that's the overall message. I hope that makes sense. I'm not so sure. Yeah, let's see. Just blabber. Okay, let's see. How is it playing out in your life currently? Whoopty! I like this. It's an Ace of Pentacles. What is an Ace of Pentacles? That's a brand new beginning for something solid. But it's an opportunity. It's a potential. Now, when it comes to the Pentacle energies, right? Just looking here, yes, the Capricorn likes it. But why does the Capricorn, or Earth signs, it is an earthy energy. Earth energy, in terms of this, right? It has a clear understanding that for the Ace of Pentacles to reach that Ten of Pentacles stage, you gotta put in a lot of work. It takes time. Rome is not built on a day. It comes with responsibilities. If you do not have the skills that are required at the current moment in time to reach that Ten of Pentacles, which is your long-term goals, you gotta go back to school. That also is clarity, right? And it can suck. So, for instance, if you want things to happen like this quickly, you may have to be a bit more patient. Now, a bridge shows up in upright position here, right? And there we have the King, and I saw the Emperor down here. So now we're talking about, in your life, it has a matter here of building that bridge into the future. But as I said, it comes here. I've got my hair. I really need my hairdresser to come back. Sorry. But it has to do with the way you're building, perhaps it bridges into the future. Because it comes with the Two of Cups and the Lovers here, it does also come, as I sense here, in relation to another person. So it's how we engage with partnerships in your life here. It's also an understanding that you can't do it alone. But that also means that if you are not accepted for who you are, then what can you do about it? You can just continue to go around in the same circle again and again and again and get stuck into almost like obsessive patterns. Or you can say, you know what, I'm clearly not getting anywhere here in terms of this form of goal setting. Well, then I take charge of the situation. You stand in your masculine energy here and you put an end to it. You set those, I really get like goal setting here. It's about setting goals. Be it in love, or it shows up as in love, right? In partnerships, but we also set goals in partnerships. I make it lashbacks, or what do you call it, like slaps? No, people disagreeing when I say that, but we do. Right? Alright, let's pull one of those here. What is it about in your life here? Show me the message here. But in overall, it's the moral compass. What is a moral compass? As I said here, perfect imperfection. The moral compass is a matter of having an understanding of your truths. We can go into a long philosophical debate about how you get there. Ethical debate as well. But what I am sensing here is that I keep getting almost like, some kind of a holiday event that's not really working out as it's supposed to, but let's see. But in all cases, the moral compass here is about, the truths that guide you. When you understand yourself, you have a better understanding of your moral compass. When you have constructed it and you sit there and you do your journaling, whatever you do, and you get into contact with that moral compass, you have a better understanding of it. And it helps you guide you in certain directions, right? Here it also comes with that perfect imperfection, which is accepting that nobody is perfect and nobody ever will be. Don't try and make yourself perfect to fit someone else's ideal, right? And also do not set up ideals that other people cannot live up to, or that you cannot live up to. When you recognize, to the extent that you can, right, that And there's perfection and imperfection. You find so much peace. And it becomes easier to smile from the bottom of your heart here. The passionate self-interview, yes. But let's see, in your life, it's playing out in the form of grief and originality, which is that of having authenticity and potentiality. Again, imperfection. Accepting the imperfection. What are you grieving? That's kind of interesting. What are you grieving? A particular path that may not have worked out as you expected. Maybe you didn't see the red flags here, or you didn't really listen to your intuition. But it really feels as though you have actually reached some kind of stage where you are supposed to be, and for some of you it's also like a home or a house, or just reaching that next stage here, right? Yeah, it's almost like someone here could have coerced you into in a situation where it feels as though there was a forced closure. Could have been your experience here. For some of you, it's a forgiveness of yourself, actually. No, I also get as though there could be... Yeah, I keep getting a coercive control here. That someone here could have impacted you in a way that you may not have felt very appreciative of, right? It shows up here with the king. It's like a bad boss, a bad spouse. It's a not so empathetic energy. A person here who may not have had the capacity at some point in time here to meet you at your needs, right? Whoever it is, whoever it was. But it brings a brand new beginning with you here. But grieving is very, very complex. That's so funny. Grieving shows up yesterday. Was it this morning? I can't remember. I was going over the I think it was yesterday. I was going over the different stages of grief. That's kind of funny. Because I've forgotten. So, wow, grief. See, when it shows up like this here, right, where you have a brand new beginning, it shows up as good, all right? But you're grieving possibly something here that didn't work out. I really get as though some of you are grieving an opportunity that didn't happen. But it has paved the way for something else. And the mindset to take with you in these situations is that's why we always say, you know, when one door closes, it was not your door, the tower was meant to fall. We can tell ourselves all sorts of things, right? The matter of fact is, gotta pull through, right? And you have a brand new beginning here. Show me that Ace of Pentacles, right? You know, show me that Ace of Pentacles quickly. Yeah, it's almost like it's coming when you're not manifesting it. So it's also a matter here of you grabbing that opportunity, right? And that you see it. It has a lot to do with you deciding for yourself what it is that you want to go, where it is that you want to go. If you are confused here, if you struggle a little bit with diving into yourself and figuring out exactly what it is, where you want to go, well, then you can't really figure out how to go there, how to get there. I really get some of you are a little bit, to a certain degree, you are possibly quite affected by something here in the past. It could be a particular dream that didn't manifest. More likely it has to do with another person, a partnership that didn't manifest. Okay, and it's absolutely okay to be sorry about that, to be sad about that, to grieve that. But it shows up here as someone here may not have been, may not have had that understanding of you that was required for you to be accepted for who you are, as you are, right? Does that mean that it's easy to let go? No, it's okay to be in grief. It's just a matter of, you know, understanding that if it becomes too complex, maybe always okay to reach out for help. All right, let's see. Where are or maybe this is someone you're dealing with, right? Where are you in this? We have the moon in reverse, and there we have that world card. Why do are you mad? We get so many major arcanas here. I'm almost only pulling out major arcanas. As the overall energies, they are major arcana and ace. And then aces was clarified 1 major arcana and then 4 and then major arcanas. This is a significant event, guys. This is having full clarity, right? So in your life it plays out here is there something here that you're not seeing here? That's my question. Is there something here you're not seeing? Because are you not seeing the opportunities that are actually available to you? Are you not seeing here that something here is fully closed or fully out in the open? It feels as though you are, because we have the sun here. This is very karmic in nature, by the way. I mean, look, even here. I mean, come on. Guys, I'm getting... If it's not, you know, it's the past energies in major arcanas and then aces. All right, so this is very significant event. It is the beginning of a new start here. And I feel as though you are seeing it, but for some of you, it's almost as though there's something here buried deep down inside of you. Right? In terms or in your subconsciousness that you may not see clearly yet. And it's still affecting you here, and it's almost as though some of you be mindful here that you don't allow sadness, I want to say, take over and block you. It's because here we have the dead end and the shadow, right? Shadow came out like this, actually dead end showed up like this, meaning this is like chasing something that has had its closure. It is gone. It is over. It's completely done. There's no point in chasing it any further. You already know this. The thing is, however, this event, whatever happened, it is part of you. You cannot erase it. And that is what sometimes when grief can become complex, if we're talking in forms of grief, it doesn't mean that for some of you, it is it is a loss, right? But what is a loss? A loss can be a lot of different things. It can be a loss of an idea, a loss of a path, as it showed up here, right? A loss of a path. Of course, a loss of another person. It's the most common thing when we talk about loss. But loss can also be a part of yourself that you have lost or you grew out of. Alright, it can go in many directions. I'm just looking at the High Priestess up here, and then I say, oh, bloody hell, not better be the loss of trust. Yeah. I am really picking up here on it, like you growing up, you are growing. And yes, sometimes growing can, you know, yeah, it can feel a little bit uncomfortable here. It's just a bit of a paradox here, because it seems as though you are fully aware that there has been an ending here. You see it clearly, it's just still lingering. You have new opportunities available to you. Sometimes you may not see it. Sometimes it's in the shadow here. Maybe sometimes you struggle a little bit with seeing outside yourself. Like swift the gaze here from yourself and look outwards. But it actually shows up as though you are capable of it. It's not like you have like a massive blockage here. It is here. So it's not that bad, guys. Right? It's really not that bad. All right, so let's see. What is it that is hidden to you? In terms of your own shadow here. What is hidden from you in the shadow? A 10 of Pentacle in reverse. And the 9 of Swords. Yeah. Some of you may have a particular idea, could be from the family, about how something was supposed to look like. It doesn't have to be from family. But it shows up a little. It shows up a lot of family, right? Or it is that loss. It is that loss of a particular image of how your long-term security used to look like. Could have been that it was adopted from comparing yourself with your family or from others. And yeah, it has a lot also to do with that you may sometimes view the world a little bit from a subjective perspective here, right? We all do that. But sometimes you could be possibly too much inside yourself. So that's where we have this awareness here of raising up your awareness here to see things a little bit outside yourself, to the extent that it is possible, right? If you're going through something that's a bit difficult, it's common here to not always to not be able to do it all the time. We can't do it all the time. All right, I'm not gonna go in there. I'm probably gonna find myself in conflict if I do that. Let's see. It has to do with you speaking your truth and speaking. The thing is that you're speaking possibly also from a place of unconditional love sometimes. Alright, sorry, I got. Sometimes weird things happen when you're doing a tarot reading, and I have given up a long time ago trying to find a rational explanation to it. Right there, I got like a little weird in my throat. But the poet here, what does the poet do? The poet gives the promise to speak truth. That's the poet. To be a witness to change and to speak about that change. I feel as though you are seeing differences, possibly within your family dynamic, and you are also seeing how your family, or just some images from outside yourself, or those I want to say expectations put on you. You are seeing it. You're starting to speak up against it. It's not always easy. Okay, that's really what I'm getting. You are, however, speaking from a place of unconditional love. For some of you, you are deciding here to say no to something. And that no comes with a loss. Right? For some of you, it's like saying no to a particular career path or job that could have earned you a lot of money. And you're saying, I would actually prefer to be in something that's a little bit, I don't know, take a new chance. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you don't want, maybe your family had expectations that you should be a solicitor, and you want to be, I don't know, carpenter. So, but let's see here. What can't you control? Right, what is in the awareness of you right now? Maybe I should ask that to begin with. What's in your awareness here? That you don't really have that much passion here. I guess though some of you are possibly focusing a lot on healing your inner child. I see a wounded inner child. I see you liberating yourself. And you're getting out of that. It actually shows up a little as though you are also getting out of it. But sometimes it may feel as though, it could feel as though you sometimes find yourself drained here from it. I really get right now it has a lot to do with growing up here and not being so easily affected by the opinions of others, but being so easily affected by people who come in and out of your life, and they don't really stay, they don't really stick. For some of you, yeah, you do have a little bit of a trust wound, in the sense that you may sometimes question yourself whether or not you are capable of making of seeing through people in the right way. Like, can you trust your intuition on people? Do you trust yourself? I also got a little bit yeah. Maybe this month for some of you, be mindful here of hidden forms of shame inside yourself. If it shows up here just be mindful of it, right? Could come, if you had a bad day and you start trash talking yourself. Happens to people, right? Just be mindful of it. Be kind to yourself, basically. Right, let's see here. What can't you control in this situation? And you'll see where you're going, right? I hope any of you are getting anything from this one. I'm a little bit lost. I have no idea what it's about. Alright. Yeah, you're coming out of a loss here. What can't you control and what can you control? What can't you control? You cannot control people from the past. You cannot control what happened in the past. What can you control? God damn it. What can you control? 2 cups. Mic drop. I was just about, but where are you? I'm looking for you. There's 2 cups because I feel it the entire time. 8 of Pentacles was the other one. That's it. 8 of Pentacles was also... That's the 8 of Pentacles. Again, I'm so done. Oh, I'm so done. I can't even... This is a weird reading for me. I feel insane. No, I don't feel insane. It's just... Sometimes I would prefer to have rationality. But yeah, what you can't control is the past. What happened, happened. We can't go back and change it. We can't go back in time. What we can do is that we can waste a lot of time wishing that we could go back in time. What you can't control is also, by the way, how other people walk their path. What you can control is how you decide to look at other people and their potentials. It's a matter of how you decide on inviting people into your life, right? Are you gonna set your goals? Also, I get this for some of you. Are you gonna set your goals into having someone here take care of your security, or will you do it yourself? If it depends on where you're from, right, and who you are. For some people, it's considered normal to be provided for. In terms of, financials and all that. I'm not going to be the judge of that. But it is a question. How do you decide on people? Are you deciding on people in your life based upon filling up empty spaces that you don't feel as though you can fill up within yourself, because you may not have that capacity here to set the proper goals, or you don't feel as though you have the skills that are required even though you may actually have it, or you feel as though you can't really see things manifesting into your life, so you just go back to something here where the communication probably sucked, or maybe you weren't stimulated, or yeah, you're going back to something here. But which you would go back to may actually be walking here around a little bit on a fault line, which is a bit of a childish mindset, a bit of bit of bitterness is also what I'm getting here. This is a very, 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 very weird energy, by the way, because I'm seeing you see something here being done. You have full clarity of it. Everything is moving for you. But as it show up here, even though you may appear very, very happy, and you probably are, and you are, you are. I guess though, from some of you here you could possibly sometimes this month here, sometimes put on a facade a little bit here to hide the fact that maybe you are actually grieving the loss of someone. For some of you, we could be dealing here with a complex grief situation. What does that do? That means complex grief, or forms of a loss that we don't speak about because we don't feel as though they are accepted. They are far more complicated. They tend to be, my experience, the losses that are not considered a loss. For instance, getting out of an abusive relationship. People are like, but you should be happy that you got rid of that person. Yeah, still there's still grief associated with it. It's just more complex. It's the loss of pets, loss of your job, loss of a path. It's a lot. That's what it is in all cases. It's a loss of a path. Right, I'm not gonna compare forms of griefs. All I know is that when we lose an idea, a particular path where we have invested a lot of ourselves into, even though it's not for us and there's nothing we can do about it, it can still be difficult for people to understand it. And that can make it prolonged. And because people are also, some environments suck at dealing with emotions, it can be difficult to feel as though it's safe enough for you to express what it is that you're going through. And therefore you walk around with it very long, and then it can become prolonged, and you don't really have anyone to bounce back with, in terms of like someone here pulling you out of it once in a while. So the stages can be prolonged, and then it just goes a little bit, it can actually set itself into a little bit of a wound here. So what you can control in terms of how you choose people into your lives based on empty spaces. Are you trying to fill out a space? And also, by the way, how are you filling out those spaces? How do you see potential in other people? Are that you trying to have people in your life come into your life to fill up some kind of a role? Are they filling up a role that's something that you feel as though you're lacking within yourself? Or is it because you're lacking someone, a particular person, and then they are supposed to fit that role? Questions, right? I don't know. It's a question. Yeah. Or will you allow you to be a substitute for someone's? I don't know. So, there is something new. All right, we're looking into the new. Show me more about that one, that ace. Show me more about the ace. You releasing a burden here, but I really get, guys, sometimes it feels as though someone here could have broken a little bit of your self-esteem, a little bit of your confidence here. Did they ghost you? Did they hurt you? Did they not appreciate you? Did they take you for granted? Did they not prioritize you? It's come to the end. You have released it. Just getting as though you may be going into the future here a little bit. With a little bit of an understanding, or possibly sometimes, I hope not, devaluing yourself sometimes. Don't do that. You're amazing. It's okay to be tired, by the way. It's okay to have grief and all that. Quality people. Find a quality person to help you. Just to know. Yeah. Anywho, let's see. What's your strength this month here? To be adaptable. It's basically what I'm getting here. We have a lot of childlike energy showing up here. What I got as your strength is possibly your capacity here to how can I say this? If you get busy this month, there may actually be a situation where you could become so busy that that something has dropped on the floor because you simply do not have time to deal with it. And guess what? Then your attention will shift somewhere else, and this will the memories or whatever that could sometimes link a little bit by you not having your attention on it because you get busy. It becomes easier. Your strength will also be, especially if this is in regards to love, to maybe not have it as the biggest priority right now. Don't if you find yourself surrounded this month here by people who have a tendency to shift up on you, your strength may be to just take things a little bit lighthearted, but also yourself, you shift up and you just don't make love a priority or romantic love a priority. right? I really get as though you have this truth teller in it. You want to speak truth. You want to accept who you are. Also the nurturing side of you. I guess though you also have a lot of creativity. You may be trying to nurture other areas in your life. That's what you need the sun for, right? I guess though there's just something here inside of you that could have to do with a loss, and you may not be smiling from the bottom of your heart all the time. Right? Are you sure? Are you ready for something new? It's amazing. This month is just for those of you for who this resonates. It's okay to give yourself a little time. It's okay. If you sometimes feel as though you don't have that passion, it's okay to take a step back here and let something go. And it's also okay not to have your focus on finding that partner you want to spend the rest of your life with all the time. I get here that they are here. There is someone here who could be amazing for you. Friendship, whoever. If you are at a place in your life where it's a little bit difficult for you to see how it can move forward because you are still affected by something in the past, it's okay. Take it slow, right? It's okay to say maybe we should start up as friends. Yeah, agree to disagree and be accountable here. Oh, reconciliation. Yeah, some of you, there may also be people who want to reconcile with you. You can't control that either, right? Meaning that you may stumble across readings that tell you, oh, someone here wants to reconcile with you. I see it all the time. Where if a reconciliation energy show up and people are like, oh, that bitch or that bastard needs to stay away. Yeah, but you can't control if they want to reconcile. What you can control is just saying no. Not making it a priority. So, most likely outcome here in this situation for you. Temperance. Yes. Just looking here. I got distracted. I'm so sorry, guys. Temperance, that is the energy here of bringing peace. Taking a pause, finding a little momentary bliss the best you can. Especially when it comes here to setting your own visions in life. Because remember, we were also talking at some point here about, setting goals in life and not chasing around situations that are not really growing. That is insane, guys. All the cards that was, when I was shuffling and all that, even just seeing them with my mind's eye before going in, they have popped up. Call it a coincidence. I'm in my rational mood today. But we have here the mirror. The mirror effect, and with the temperance, oh my god, we have soulmate energies, guys. I'm gonna pull up the card here in a minute, right? What we have here ties up to the moral compass here. What most likely outcome here is a period of time where there will be balance, there will be tranquility, and you finding that tranquility, you finding that happiness here within yourself, it's gonna reflect back to you, and you know what's gonna come with? Could actually come with a partner here. That empty room, that empty space. You may not see it to begin with, meaning you may not see that this could actually be a soulmate. Maybe they don't show up the way you expect it to, meaning you may expect it to be a romantic partner. Maybe they show up as a friend. Maybe they show up as a job. Maybe they show up as a project. Maybe they show up as a dog or panda. Give it time. It has a lot to do with you seeing you for who you are. That's what soulmates do, by the way. Good and bad. Call it karma, call it whatever. You understanding who you are, finding that peace and tranquility, and that will be reflected back to you. And that is how it comes up with, ta-da, possibly for some of you, this is your end all be all that's actually coming your way. energetically speaking. But it comes with you having peace. So this is actually an amazing energy. I almost don't want to touch it anymore on it because it has amazing outcome. I see it happening around get it in the summer. I'm saying that from the place where I'm sitting here. I would say that's June, July, August. May, possibly. That's early summer. So, yeah. Alright, let me show you this. Why this is insane. And I shuffle fucking reversals here, so, guys. Oh no! Oh, you did not give me that. You did not give me one of those connections. I hate this. No. Right. So this all of these cards, when I look at them, there's just one card missing before no, this is a soulmate. Yeah, it's a soulmate, but it's a good one, right? Oh my god. We start with the sun energy, guys. This is what it's about. With the message it comes with, it's a soulmate. It's about choosing to love yourself. Remember the outcome here, right? Remember the outcome. That's tranquility and peace. You see, we're already on all the major arcanas. Shit. Having that full clarity. It is something that's going on. I guess some of you could actually have be dreaming this month, throughout this month. This is a monthly reading. You could be having dreams where things will come out into the surface here for you. And that's where we have this moon. That's what's coming out into the light, guys. Those are those possibly the memories that are still here to be dealt with. And what you can't control there is how they come back. You can't stop them from coming. Be they through dreams or be they through people or whatever. These are energies. They tend to come through dreams. Or they tend to come through memories. Right? And they tend to come with a little bit of a grief associated with it. Because they are things that you have not fully let go of. There may be situations here this month where you will, because you have a new beginning that helps you build something, or moves you into something new, you may not always feel the passion for it. And in those moments you could have memories coming back up here to the surface that you have not fully let go of. You see, major arcanas. I mean, this is insane. We have aces and major arcanas, and what do we have of... guess what we have of the ones that are not major arcanas? Of course, these energies, okay? That's the 2 of cups, the 6 of cups, the 4 of wands, and the 10 of wands. And the 10 of pentacle, I keep up. Meaning that this is a very significant. So yeah, what you can control is, however, how you surround yourself with people who accept you for who you are. There may be a person here in your life. If they are not here now, they could actually show up. You be introduced to them in your 3D, by the way. In your 3D. You may not see them for who they are, what they bring to the table. You may not have recognized their importance. They may not even show up in the form that you expect. Shows up as a person. But it could be a dog. It could be a cat. A hamster. A rat. No. So, yeah. It's a good one. But it comes here with releasing burdens. Because you might actually have struggled a little bit with setting up boundaries previously. Letting that go. Letting go of fixed ideas, possibly. Could have to do with idealizations, previous. I see you having done it already. This is possibly just the leftovers. It comes back to the moral compass, which is you understanding who you are, what you stand for. So that when you look around in your environment here, or if you're at the month, you would be able to recognize in cases you should feel triggered. You know who you are. You stand firm. Yeah, you will stand firm. And you allow that compass, which also has a particular goal set to it, right? You allow that to guide you. A moral compass is related to also that of saying yes and no. Saying this I will agree to, this I will not agree to. And it's constructed in a reflective process. Okay, we are calling that it. That was 40 minutes, but I feel as though because it's so heavy, or not heavy, it's actually very lighthearted. It's just because it's so significant that I kind of want to continue with it. But 45 minutes, I feel as though I've been talking for 15 minutes. Anywho, guys, that's what I have for you. Take what you want. Take care, ciao.